Hey, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling good this morning. My name's Haziq Ali, and my simple goal is to help you grow your business a lot quicker. A lot of times that takes mindset, sometimes that takes heart set, sometimes it just takes skills. A lot of times we talk about it, we say, hey, if you aren't reaching where it is you want to get, it's probably either you don't believe you can or you don't know how to. And so that would be mindset and that would be skill set. The heart set part comes in when we start talking about enjoying a journey, when we start talking about feeling fulfilled, right? I always teach that you'll never feel fulfilled until you fully fill that hole you got inside. And you can't fill that hole with sex. You can't fill that hole with drugs. You can't fill that hole with rock and roll. All you can fill that hole with is purpose. That's a purpose shaped hole that you feel inside. And so today, what we're going to talk about is a way that you can easily sabotage that purpose, or even more to the point, a way you can more easily leverage a natural resource you have to get it. So I'm calling in on the live line. Let's make it happen. Share this thing, y'all. Yeah. My man Corey in the house. Good morning.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you.
That's exactly right. That's our simple goal. Dr. Marilyn, what's up? All right, good
Your
stuff.
input is invalid. You entered 6-9. Enter your PIN followed by the pound or hash. If you do not know your, please enter.
All right, there we go. Appreciate that, Miss Connie.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted.
Shakayla, what's up? Young Coco in the house. Good morning.
Entry and exit tones are off.
Kiwi, what's up, Kiwi? Ashley, good morning. What's up, Yuli? All right, everybody. Yeah, Colorado Springs is in the house. Let's go. Where y'all from, man? Oh, well, where y'all from? Only people from DC would get that. Rep your city. What kind of business you got? How do you help people? We want to know all about it. Also, if you are enjoying this and you want to support, make sure you give stars. Make sure you like this thing. Today, what we're talking about is a superpower that everybody has access to. Actually, I'm not even going to say a superpower because I always say the two superpowers everybody got, I'm talking about superpowers, are empathy and expectation. But this is a power nonetheless. I'm talking about likability. Likability is so powerful that if you let it, it can completely alter, transform, scale 10x, exponentially improve your performance. But a lot of people believe that likability is one of these things that's natural to people, that it's like unteachable, right? That these are traits that only belong to a lucky few, right? The good looking, the ones who are just these social butterflies. We think they're the ones that are going to be likable. But here's the truth. Likability is completely under your control. Can somebody type that out and give me a share? Likability is completely under your control. And what we're talking about is something that we refer to as emotional intelligence. You hear me talk about it all the time. Matter of fact, right now, I'm going to throw it up on the screen. I'm a big fan of this thing right here that's called the feeling wheel. Hold up. The feeling wheel. That was hella anticlimactic. The feeling wheel right there. My therapist had me grab that joint because the first level of emotional intelligence is being able to identify your own emotions. Then the second level of emotional intelligence is being able to manage them. The third level of emotional intelligence is you being able to spot emotions in somebody else. The fourth level is you being able to manage relationships. And then the fifth level of emotional intelligence is you being able to motivate yourself even when you don't feel like doing it. See what I did there? Even that's a feeling. And so emotional intelligence is a big part of being likable. A lot of this stuff that I'm about to cover this morning, you're going to notice like, yo, you know what? I see how emotional intelligence plays into that joint. They did this study at UCLA where they chopped it up with like 500 different employees, and they had each of them give descriptions of people that they felt like were likable, right? And what they discovered is that the way that most people described the ones that felt likable had nothing to do with being attractive or being intelligent or being charismatic, right? The top describers of likability was stuff that we can all get, like sincerity, transparency, your capability to understand another person. It turns out that these are the kind of things that make people likable. These are the kind of things that also describe somebody who has high emotional intelligence. Millionaires, likability is so powerful, it can change your performance. They've had studies where somebody will present an argument, and even if there was no supporting evidence, everybody will support them just because they're likable. That's cold. That's cold. And when you think about it and you start to kind of like really do the numbers and the research, do you know that they say that only 1 in 2,000 unlikable leaders are considered effective? Now that's cold. So what we're going to do this morning is talk about 10 ways you accidentally ruin your likability. But let me, while y'all are getting ready, while y'all text 3 people right now and then come back in the comments and say dumb. Text 3 people and then come back and say done. Text 3 people and then come back and say done. What's up, Barbara? What's up, Marilyn? Dr. Marilyn is in the house. Let's go. What's up, Alexandria? Let's get it. Let's get it. My man Corey in the house. Yeah, Naptown in the building. DJ Jamad. What's up, cuz? Long time, bro. P.O. P.O. That means the United Kingdom is checking in from across the pond. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, y'all. So we about to get busy. Here's the first one to write down in your notes. Humble bragging. Humble bragging. Nobody likes people who try and hide their attention whoredom but behind fake self-deprecation. You know what I mean? We all know these people. They like to brag about themselves, but you know, they do it behind this mask of fake humility. Like the girl who makes fun of herself for being a nerd, where really she wants to draw attention to the fact she's kind of smart. The guy who makes fun of himself for having a strict diet, where really he wants you to know how healthy he is. You know what I mean? A lot of people mask their self-deprecation. They mask their bragging behind this self-deprecation, but everybody sees right through it. And this makes the bragging even more frustrating because now it ain't just you bragging. Now you playing me like I'm stupid. You see what I mean? Now you playing me like I'm lame or you're trying to deceive me. You know what I'm saying? We don't like that. And it happens instinctively. So if you're a humble bragger, I want to challenge you to cut it out, right? Somebody say no more humble bragging. Yeah, appreciate that, Cindy. At least Cindy shouted the kid out. Appreciate that. Thank you. Here's the second one. Everybody ready? Here's the second one. First, let me see humble bragging. Everybody got it? No more humble bragging. No more humble bragging. Check it out. Be direct. You know what I mean? If you want to chop it up about how you been working out, then just say, man, I had a great workout this morning. We don't need the fake stuff. Everybody with me? Yeah. Thank you. All right. Here's the second one. Being too serious. This is one of the ones that I had to struggle with because especially in my climb out of hell, I could be considered a little passionate. You know what I mean? And it's really easy for passionate people to come across as way too serious. Or a lot of times passionate people come across as uninterested in others because they're so self-absorbed, right? A lot of times if you have passion, you tend to get absorbed in your work. Well, check it out. If what you're here to learn about is likability, then what you want to do is learn to balance that passion you have for work with the ability to have fun, right? At work, you want to be serious yet friendly, right? You still get things done because you're socially effective, You're still using your time wisely, but you're also capitalizing on these valuable moments to be social, these valuable opportunities to form stronger relationships with people. Because as you hear me teach all the time, if you consider yourself a leader and you start laying down rules before you have a relationship, then what you're going to cause is rebellion. So, what do the likable do? They focus on interacting with their coworkers. They focus on having meaningful conversations. They try and remember what people said to them yesterday, even if they got to take notes in their little, watch this, personnel file, right? But you remember things that people said to you yesterday or last week. Now you're showing people that they're just as important to, you know what I mean, you, as they are to themselves, which is really the formula, right? Everybody's walking around with a sign on their head like, treat me like I'm important. But most people ignore it. Most people are completely blind to the sign. I'm trying to say today, let's make a decision to be different. Yeah, Simone, you probably got what they call RB, what is it? RBF. You got RBF, Simone. RBF. Yeah, appreciate that, Miss Thicklin. Prophetess Chancy Thicklin in the house. Appreciate you sharing. Appreciate you texting them 3 people. All right, so that's the second one for you. You know, a lot of times maybe you're a little bit too serious. You're ruining your likability enough. Somebody say, I'm going to have more fun. I'm going to have more fun. I'm going to have more fun. Here's the third one, y'all. Here's the third one. Here's the third one. Somebody say, I'm going to have more fun, and then give me a share. I'm going to have more fun. Check it out, man. Nobody gets out alive. Nobody gets out alive. So whether you're the most serious and the most never having fun person, or you the one that has everybody going to die. The minute you were born, you kind of like started dying. You know what I mean? So you might as well live life to the fullest. Now, does that mean go out and self-sabotage yourself? Does that mean make celebration a lifestyle? You know, like it's a Drake song? No, that's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is that you got to find that balance. Just like you walking down the street, man, you balancing from left to right. Life is a dance between your fear and your desire. It's all about balance. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I'm gonna have more. Yeah, Vanessa, you probably got that same thing Simone was talking about. I don't have time for fun. Fun costs me to lose 15 years of my life. I got to work on that one. Yeah, I hear you, Miss Connor. You know, I can relate to that in a lot of ways. But all I'm saying is, all I'm saying to you is that, believe it or not, Queen, you're going to look back the most fondly on those moments when you were actually in the journey. And I mean, all the way in it. I mean, completely like, right? And so part of that journey is stopping and smelling the roses. That's all we saying. I totally get that it's a work in progress and it's way easier said than done, Queen. But at least maybe you throw that thing on your priority list. Appreciate that, Dr. Marilyn. Appreciate that, Barbara. Okay. Appreciate that. All right. Here's the third one I got for you that ruins your likability. Not asking enough questions. You hear me say it all the time. I don't know if it's John Maxwell that originally said, I know it wasn't originally John Maxwell, maybe Jim, I don't know, maybe it was my mentor. But the bottom line is nobody cares how much you know till they know how much you care. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. What do we mean by that? What do we mean by that? Check it out. A lot of times you're ruining your likability by making too many assumptions. We got any 4 Agreements fans in here? Any 4 Agreements fans? Who understands the 4 Agreements? You know, be impeccable with your word, right? Always do your best, right? Never take it personal, right? And don't make assumptions. You guys remember those? Well, a lot of times you're making assumptions because you ain't asking enough questions. The biggest mistake people make in conversation is being so focused on what they're gonna say next that their ears shut off, right? They ain't thinking about how, you know, this person's actually feeling. They never even consider the fact they have no idea how this person's feeling, right? And so what happens is the person's talking, the words come through loud and clear, but the meaning is completely lost. A simple way to avoid this is ask more questions. Yeah, I remember you love that joint, Chanel. Yeah, that was one of the first books we ever kind of bonded over. That's right. That joint is cold. So check it out. Do you ask questions? In the Kaizen Academy, we have like a whole class. I think it's called Questions Are the Answer. There's all kinds of questions you can ask that'll close people. The questions you can ask that'll form deeper bonds with people. The questions you can ask just when you want to start the rapport off. Check it out. People love to know you're listening. And something as simple as a clarifying question can help them just melt, right? Because it shows not only are you listening, but you care about what the person's saying. You'll be surprised how much respect and appreciation you can gain just by asking more questions. Yeah, it's essential, Miss West. It's essential. It's essential. Somebody say, I'm going to ask more questions. Yeah, somebody say, I'm going to ask more questions, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You know, you got new products, you got new services, you have new ways to approach the market, all hiding behind questions you ain't asked. You got new skill sets you could develop. You have new insights about how you coming off to people, all hiding behind some questions you ain't asked. I dare you make a commitment this morning that you're going to ask more questions. Man, that's another way that big book about entrepreneurship is really giving you game. Because, you know, in that book, it'd be like, stay childlike, not childish. Stay childlike, not childish. Well, guess what children do? Constantly ask questions. They get on your nerves to ask so many questions if you ain't careful, right? If you ain't working on your emotional intelligence. Well, check it out. What can you do to be more childlike? Yeah, I'm going to ask more questions, Dorian. Yeah, Rosie, I'm going to ask more questions. Let's go, Shakayla. I'm going to ask more questions. You probably even want to share this with an entrepreneur who doesn't know this secret right here. My man, Digital Daryl, going to ask more questions. That's what I'm talking about. Here's the fourth one, y'all. Here's the fourth one. Emotional hijackings. Emotional hijackings. Are y'all familiar with the term? Everybody cooling out in the meeting, and here come this person yelling and throwing stuff, and now they've just hijacked. You were feeling cool. Now you feel upset like they feel upset. You know, they'll do studies of emotional assessments and all of that, or you know, just getting feedback. And what you'll find is that way too many people throw stuff when they upset. Way too many people scream, right? Way too many people just make this big old scene, making people cry, all of this type of crap. That's emotional hijacking, y'all. And it demonstrates low emotional intelligence. As soon as you show that level of instability, now people don't know if they can trust you or not. Now people start questioning whether you're even capable of keeping it together when crisis strikes. And crisis is always on the way. There's always some kind of test on the way, baby. And so if you can't show that you know how to be calm under pressure, if you can't show some level of emotional stability, you're not going to be a leader. You're going to damage your likability superpower. People ain't going to want to rock with you. Exploding at anybody. I don't care how much they might deserve it. And if you're listening on the phone, I'm using air quotes. I don't care how much they might deserve it, according to you, Mr. or Miss Judge, Jury, and Executioner. You want to play God and all of that. Check it out. People not going to rock with you. A huge amount of negative attention is going to come your way the minute you're labeled as unstable, the minute you're labeled as unapproachable, the minute you're labeled as intimidating. Controlling your emotions, though, keeps you in the driver's seat. Check it out. The minute somebody else can make you upset, you're giving them the keys to your whole life. Think about that. You're giving away your power. Oh, this person made me upset. That person ain't make you do nothing. You gave them permission to make you upset. And a lot of times it has to do with your self-image. It has to do with that lack of certainty you feel about who you are. You got me? The example I always say is like if you was standing on the corner, right, Diego? You standing on the corner, bro, and somebody walks up to you and is like, bro, your hair is on fire. You know, you would look at them like, you all right? Right? So why is it that when somebody says, you know, you suck it, you know, whatever, you start getting offended? It ain't because they believe it. It's because you believe it. It's your self-image. So what I'm saying is they can't make you upset. You're allowing them to upset you. That's two different ways. That's two different thoughts. That's two different perspectives. That's two completely different mindsets. Y'all got what I'm saying to you? So Right now, somebody throw it in there. I'm in control of my emotions, or you can say, no one can make me feel any kind of way, right? Somebody say, I know who I am. You got what I'm saying to you? Here's the fifth one I got for you. Here's the fifth one I got for you that ruins your likability. Check it out. Whipping out your phone. Whipping out your phone. That's number 5. Whipping out your phone all the time in the middle of a conversation. Nothing turns people off to you. I've gotten to the point now, whether I'm in a business meeting, whether it's a personal interaction, I could be with my kids. I take my phone and I turn it face down. I turn it face down. That way the text messages don't get my attention. Somebody liking some post, somebody DMing me, somebody inboxing me. I don't even see it. That way I can give this person my focus and attention, because even a quick glance at the phone turns people off. They're like, oh, you know what I mean? Your phone and whoever the heck that might be is more important than me. Well, you're going to lose some points with that person. And you're going to find out conversations are way more enjoyable and even effective when you immerse yourself in them, when you dive deep into it. Somebody say, I'm going to put my phone down. Who got that song? I could make you put your phone down. I think that's Erykah Badu. Is that Erykah Badu? Y'all know that one? Ladies, there are things y'all could do to make us put up. No, I'm just playing. All right, number 6. You ready? You ready? Yeah, I know who I am. I know who I am. Listen, in the Great Pyramid of Giza, right? Which is the pyramid that's on the back of the dollar bill and all of that. Right there, written above the door, is know thyself. The Greeks saw that, and because they were so impressed with cities like Timbuktu, they started to say things like, hey, knowing thyself is the beginning of all knowledge. To know thyself is the beginning of all knowledge. The Greeks would come to Africa and see places like Timbuktu. The reason we call them universities is because Timbuktu was a city where they studied the universe. It was literally a universe city. You get what I mean? And that's where you get these adages that are still around in 2023. It's crazy. Anyway, all right, here's number 6. Here's number 6. You ready? Yeah, somebody say, I'm going to put my phone down. I'm going to put my phone down. This is a big deal, y'all. Good, Uhura. Good. Good, Freedom. All right, here's number 6. Here's number 6. Name dropping. Man, one of my homegirls, we actually don't talk that much anymore. Life happens and stuff like that. But she was an entrepreneur that had a store kind of like near one of my locations and stuff. And we used to kick it all the time. And what me and all her friends know is that this girl can't go 3 sentences without name dropping somebody. She's old school Atlanta, has a child with actually, one of these guys and stuff. And, I won't go too far and whatnot, but the point that I'm making is that name dropping blows people. It's great to know important people. It's great to know interesting people. But do you know how much flyer you come off when you ain't say nothing? You happen to be somewhere and then that person comes up and greets you. See, maybe it's just me, but I'm a big fan of being underestimated. I prefer to be underestimated. I prefer people to sleep on me. You know what I mean? I'm going to tuck them in, because when they underestimate you, that's when you get to see what they really think of you. When they underestimate you, that's when you're in the best negotiating position. You hear what I'm saying to you? So name dropping is just a lose-lose situation. It's pretentious. It's silly. It makes you come off as desperate. People see right through it. And instead of making you look interesting, it makes you look insecure. Like you don't have no value to offer with what you know, because all your value is in who you know. When you connect everything with who you know instead of what you know, conversations start to get lame. You got me? Millionaires, if you want to be likable, you ain't got to drop a bunch of names. All you got to do is kick it with people and be friendly. Kick it with people. Be considerate, right? All you need to win people over, all you need, if you need a friend, is to be a friend. People catch on to your attitude hella quick, and they're always going to be more attracted to the right attitude than they are with these normal people rock with. Y'all get me? Is this making sense, everybody? Somebody say stop dropping names. Stop dropping names and then give me a share. Here's number 7. Somebody say stop dropping names. This one's closely related to number 7. Right here. Yeah, somebody say stop dropping names. Appreciate it. Stop dropping names. Here's a 7th one. Gossiping. Somebody say stop gossiping. Stop gossiping. People make themselves look terrible when they get carried away with gossip. And here's the coldest fact that I could say. When people gossip to you, that means they'll gossip about you. Can I get a witness? When people gossip to you, check this out. That means they will gossip about you. You know, you always wallowing in what somebody else did wrong or how somebody else had the game turned upside down on them, you know? And you can tell if you're gossiping if what you're saying, if they heard it, would hurt their feelings, right? Gossiping is guaranteed to make you look negative every time. It's guaranteed to make you look spiteful. You start to look like the real life version of these people that be in the comments on social media that would never say that to this person in their face. They wouldn't even, the thought wouldn't even come to them, much less how articulately they wrote it out right here. It's cowardice. You get me? So somebody say stop gossiping. I like that, Barbara. Barbara was like, yeah, a dog who brings a bone will also carry one. I know that's right. So somebody say stop gossiping. Here's number 8. Having a closed mind. Having a closed mind. Having a closed mind. Having a closed mind. If you want to be likable, you got to be open-minded. That's what makes you approachable. That's what makes you interesting to other people. Nobody wants to have a conversation with somebody who's already formed an opinion and they hella dogmatic. They so sure of themselves. I don't see how people be so sure. They be so like, yo, there's so many perspectives. And having an open mind is so crucial to you expanding your life. You know, I say it every morning. Either you got to expand your mind to match your goals, or your goals will start to shrink to match that mind. You know what I'm saying? If you don't expand that mind to say, hey, I'm a champion. Hey, I'm going to dominate this second quarter. Hey, I'm going to hit this financial goal. What'll happen is your goals will start to shrink to like, man, what I'm going to do this weekend? I'm going to turn up. I'm going to get litty. You know, people, now you leaving notes in your Instagram notes like, I got so drunk last night. Thank you so much. And then you tagging the bars. I literally saw that this morning. Somebody's Instagram note. There's like, I got drunk. There's like, I got drunk AF last night. Thanks. And then they shout, either you expand your mind to match your goals, or your goals will start to shrink to match your mind. And, you know, having an open mind is crucial in the workplace. It's crucial with entrepreneurship, because an open mind means you got access to new ideas. An open mind means you got access to new resources. An open mind means you got access to help. Plus, it helps you eliminate, you know, all these preconceived notions. It helps you eliminate your prejudices and your judgments. You need to learn to see the world through other people's eyes. That's why I call it a superpower. That's why I call empathy a superpower. This don't require you believe what they believe. This don't require you condone their behavior. It simply means you stop passing judgment long enough to truly understand what's making them tick. You hear me, Judge Judy? Somebody say no more Judge Judy. Here's number 9. I got to hurry up. We running out of time. Number 9 is sharing too much too early. You ever been that guy? You ever been that girl? You know what I mean? You on a first date and you talking about your hemorrhoids. Too much. Too soon. Right? You sharing confessions and whatnot. You know, you talking about how you hate your kids and all that. You got me? You can't be now, eventually, yeah, you want to share things. You want to be vulnerable. You want to be transparent, right? But likable people let the other person guide them as to when it's the right time for them to kind of open up. Oversharing comes off as self-obsessed. And a lot of times people will start to feel like you're just using me for a sounding board for your soap opera life, your soap opera ass problems, your drama magnet life. You know what I mean? We don't like it. Get somebody else to do it. Right? Here's the last one I got for you. And this is kind of closely related to number 9 and number 7, right? But stop sharing too much on social media. I got, TMI, because this ain't TMZ. Yeah, exactly. I ate a chip today. Thank you, Shakayla. That feeds exactly into number 10, which is sharing too much on social media. You look desperate. We don't need to know what you have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Okay, you was at a nice restaurant. Have you never been to one before? Because that's how it's coming off. You know what I mean? Yes, share something, but don't be overly pressed, man. Right? We don't need to know how many times you walk the dog, you know? All right. I'm not going to share too much. So I'm going to shut up right there. All right. But that was number 10. Scale of 1 to 10. Did you learn something today? You got something out of this? If you didn't do so yet, dang, I meant to be running this the whole time. But when you watch the replay, it'll be up. Or if you watch any other episode. Tonight, Obsessive Success is coming at 5:15 p.m. If you don't know about Obsessive Success, then you use the same exact line we do for the affirmations. This is the number. Call that joint right now. The winner's hotline, 667-776-9461. 667-776-9461. You know, earlier we were talking about self-image. This is how you change your self-image. This is one way to recondition your self-image, recondition your mind to see you a little bit differently. All right, y'all. So you can call this same line at 5:15 p.m. Eastern. We're doing Obsessive Success. If you want to know the topic for today, then make sure you text message @MillMind to 81010. Also join our newsletter, at millionaireminded.com. All right. Love y'all. All right, let's get it. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it, y'all. I am so happy and grateful.